First video for the course. Hi! I should probably, if we're gonna talk about it, I might as well just, why don't we? I wanted to give you a physical representation of what we're gonna be talking about throughout this video on the screen at all times, but not in a lame way. So I thought I put it on a shirt. So hi everybody, my name is Heckel and welcome to this video. This is exciting, this is my first course. Today we are going to be talking about new platforms and pioneering a new platform and what you should think about, what you should do, and maybe what you shouldn't do. I was in Miami last week and they gave me some Cuban coffee as a gift. This is that. Supposedly it's got so much caffeine in it, it's gonna like send me into tomorrow. Alright, so pioneering a new social media platform. I am going to break this video into 5 different categories. Intro, which is what we're in now. Community, content, connections, and growth. Those are the 5 things, well, the intro is not a thing, but those are the 4 things that I want you to get out of this video and have a good grasp on by the end. Joining a new social media platform is difficult and it's scary and it's hard to know how much time you should commit. And we're gonna cover all of that because I have a pretty solid plan of what I do every time when I join a new platform, so I thought I would take this moment to share. So the first thing I wanna talk about is, do you actually need a new platform? So as a social media consultant myself and a social media influencer myself, I like to think about what are my most important platforms. For me, it's Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Those are the 3 places I share my message the most. Instagram is for my photos, Twitter is for my words, YouTube is for my videos. Facebook is really my private one. I just use that to connect with my family, and I don't use Snapchat. I use Snapchat, and that's dead now. I'm gonna be really honest, if you're a business owner and you're on Snapchat, if you have success, please reach out to me and talk to me about it because I don't understand how that's still possible. Get on Instagram, it's the same thing, but better. But when thinking about a new platform, think about this, do you really need that? I have all 3 of my creative assets covered. My videos, my words, and my photos. Do I need another thing? Is there another thing that I need to share? Now that's what we're gonna answer today. In the past year or so, we've seen 3 or 4 new social media platforms pop up. Say it's a new app, maybe it's a new website, maybe it's a new feature inside of a new app. Wink, wink at Instagram, what they did recently. We're gonna call it an app for this. So let's talk about what you should do the first time you open up that app. One thing I try and talk with my audience a lot about is how I don't think it's fair to give a full and honest opinion on something until you've really given it an honest effort. Now, I am a very young person, I am 22 years old. And when I was in high school, this new thing was implemented. It was called good faith effort. And I'm pretty sure this was given to all students across America. Whether you agree with it or not, it's not the point. I'm trying to just make the point of the point. This applied to taking tests, quizzes, doing your homework, any assignment you could be given. As long as you put in a good faith effort, you couldn't get less than a 50% on the assignment. Now I want you to apply that same rule to implementing a new social media. I don't think you can count it out, I don't think you can bash it, I don't think you can really say anything negative about it until you've really given it a good faith effort. That means filling out a profile, attempting to post some things, connecting with a few people, at least understanding the landscape, what else is out there, and just giving yourself to the platform. Now, I often do this in small increments, say a couple minutes throughout the day, because I don't want to commit too heavy at first, but at the same time I don't want to not commit and miss an entire wave. There is a very strategic way you can do this, where you can become successful on a new platform without having to commit too heavily. And that is why I think this knowledge is important. So how should you plan out your good faith effort? Well, I think you need to schedule. On the first day when I find out a new social media platform exists, whether it's the first day it came out, whether it's a few weeks later and I've heard about it from some friends, is I schedule 2 windows in one day to play with it. Normally my windows are about 30 minutes long and I'll say, I'm gonna do it from 1 to 1:30 and then 5 to 5:30. I'm gonna play with the app. I'm gonna get in there, I'm not gonna post anything, I'm not gonna try anything, I'm just gonna watch what's on there, see if I can find other people, follow a ton of people, just try and understand the landscape, see if anyone is being really successful on there yet, see what is the most trending content, see what, I don't know, what else is going on. It's hard to do this because there's so many different platforms out there, some for photos, some for video, some for everything. You just need to know what is going on. Now, because I'm a consultant, I often go in there to try and be able to explain it to my clients, but I think you can have the same mentality where if you're just in there trying to understand what's going on with the platform, you should be able to explain it to a friend before you tell them to jump onto it, right? So as I'm going through and watching all the content and just kind of understanding what's going on with the new platform, I'm also taking notes on what is doing really well, what is doing really bad, and what's right in the middle. What are my friends posting? What are famous people posting? What are people I've never heard of posting? What's on the trending page? What is on my home screen? Often they have a home screen and you can just find content there. Just click everything, try and find out new things about it. What really makes new platforms so special is there's no community yet, and there's also no guidelines for what can and can't be done. When a new platform is forming, there's really no guidelines for, oh, this is what kind of content we really favor and what does the best. This is what kind of content does really bad, don't post that. Because no one's figured that out yet. The social media platform hasn't told anyone, no one's even given time to figure it out, kind of like Instagram's algorithm, where at first we don't really know what's going on. Then once we do, everyone then optimizes what they post for that. So when we found out that Instagram was shadow banning people, everyone was like, okay, I need to figure out how to get unshadow banned. If you haven't heard of what that is, don't even stress. It's not a thing anymore. I personally talked to them. Shadow banning doesn't exist. So now that we're on day 2 and we have a bit of an understanding of what's going on, I think it's time to start joining the community. Now I say joining the community because this is, one of my biggest priorities in life is if you're going to join a social media network, don't just post a post. Don't just put things out there because that's what you have to do. Don't do it for growth, don't do it for this. Be strategic. Joining a social media community is really interesting because if you're just gonna throw things out there, then no one's gonna see them because no one cares. If you wanna be a part of the community and be successful on a platform, join the community, understand what's going on. And then you can start finding value in things that you can give back to the community, which will help you in turn grow. So on a piece of paper, I like to set out 3 different columns, kind of like this, dividing it into thirds. So in this column, I have what's not working, in the middle column, I have what's working, and then on the right column, I have what can be innovated. A social media platform will only be successful now, when in the wave of all the giants, if it really has something different about it. That's why a long time ago, Vine really took off because no one had seen anything like that. Vine invented short form internet comedy, and all of that content found legs on all the other platforms. Therefore, everyone wanted to come back to Vine because it had something unique to give. If it's just another photo sharing app, we're probably not gonna see it be successful because we already have one of those and hundreds of millions of people, billions of people aren't gonna switch overnight. See, what makes you cool about being one of the first people on this platform, or honestly for watching this video, is that you're an innovator. You're a person who wants to understand more and wants to be on that cutting edge of tech. So if you can give yourself an understanding of the platform first, then you have a leg up on everyone else that's just throwing out as much content as they can. So back to my chart. Day 2, I'm going through and I'm filling this out, listing the things that aren't working, what's working, what could I be doing different, what could I make my differentiator on this new platform be? So say it's a video sharing platform, maybe there's something I could do on this new platform that could make everyone really interested in my content immediately because really no one's watching all the videos because no one's putting out good things. What could I do to draw someone in immediately? So this is something we're gonna dive deeper into in the content section, but I promise that's coming up soon. So once I have my chart filled out, I'm like, okay, it's time to start posting. It's time to start giving to this community. Now, what should I be posting? Here is where you need a little bit of strategy. Think back to all your other social media profiles and tell me right now, or write it down, what is your best content? And in fairness, you can't tell it to me because I'm a video talking to you. I said this a long time ago, but you're just seeing it now, so forget about it. What was the content that you posted that did the best? What got the most likes? What got the most views? Honestly, write it down. You should know what that kind of content is because every time a new platform is posted, you should push that content hard. Now, maybe it was 10 views to your 5 views, or maybe it was 10,000 views to your 5,000 views. It doesn't matter the size of your audience. Whatever content did the best, that's the kind of content you should just push and serve to people on a new platform who most likely don't know who you are. So for me, that's about 3 videos that I really enjoyed that I made a long time ago, back when I was doing YouTube full time. And I just love sharing those bits of content because they really talk about who I am. I was a young crazy boy and had fun, and people like to click on these things. I don't know. We can get into why these bits of content did well in the past, but these are my 3 that I love to just share when I get on a new platform. These were just cool stories about me, and I think if I'm joining a new platform, I want to tell everyone who I am. This is a cool way for me to do that. So throughout the second day, I'm spreading out those bits of content, so maybe I'll do a 9 a.m. post, a noon post, and a 5 p.m. post. I don't want to overwhelm anyone, but I also want to be a part of the community and be there first and have plenty of stuff for someone who shows up to enjoy. Again, this comes from the place of a good faith effort. I want to fill out my profile, so I at least gave it a shot. And a tip for you going forward, you can keep these 3, 4, 5 bits of content in a folder, and every time a new platform comes around, you throw these bits of content up and boom, you've already got a built out profile. But there's one more thing you need to do. And that last thing you need to do before you can give up, this is the day 3 project, is make something uniquely for that new platform. If it's a photo app, if it's a video app, if it's a text-based app, whatever it is, make something exclusively for that platform. When IGTV came out, the new Instagram TV thing, you know, the thing that's next to your DM button, when that came out, I posted some things that I had already made, and then I uniquely made one video for the platform. There's all kinds of new differentiators, but once you understand and actually create something inside those guidelines, you can better understand what the platform is going for, and maybe you'll figure something out about why they decided to do that and how you could be more successful. Day 3 is really where you need to make your decision. Is this new platform worth it? Don't wait a week, don't wait 2 weeks, don't wait for your friends to all catch up. Make the decision for yourself right then and there. Because if you make a bold enough stand to choose a new platform or to not, then I think a lot of people will probably follow with you. Because everyone joins a new platform, they're kind of all looking around like, hey, are we into this? Do we like this? Is this what we want? Are we all gonna stay? Everyone's just looking around like that and no one has an answer. If you're the person who strategically has an answer because you figured it out, then you become a thought leader. But if you decide for yourself, is this platform worth it, in that moment, on the 3rd day, then you can either start committing heavily or not commit any more resources and not waste any more of your time. You guys are small business owners, I'm a small business owner, maybe you're a big business owner, I don't really know who you are watching this, but I'm really excited for you to understand whether or not this is a good investment of your time or not. Because I guarantee you're gonna see all of your other friends for the next week or 2 posting some things, be like, hey, follow me here. What is everyone thinking about this? What is everyone thinking about this? If you've already decisively made your decision, then you don't need to worry about that. You can get back to it or dig in deep and go hard and beat everyone to the punch because you have figured out the platform and you have the best content. All right, so cool. So for the sake of this video, let's say we're deciding to stick with the platform. Here's the next thing you need to focus on. Let's talk about first the community on the platform. One of the first things I try and do is find the most popular people on the platform and just kind of understand why. Why are people following them? Whether it's from things that they made before and they converted people over to the new platform, or whether it's the content they're posting that's doing really well, or maybe it's whether they just like figured out something that not everyone else has yet. Maybe they have gone around and just followed every single person they could because follow, unfollow in the very beginnings of social media, that's like the first growth hacking strategy. Now, if you've never heard of growth hacking, it's not as scary as it sounds. Growth hacking is kind of understanding what people are doing on a platform and more or less manipulating to grow really, really fast. So it goes really deep, but for now, let's just say like follow, unfollow. That's like a pretty easy strategy for growth hacking. Now that you've seen what else is out there, which of these things could you use to grow yourself? So for the sake of this new platform that we have, it doesn't exist, but we're talking about, my recommendation would be to follow everyone. Just get in there and just follow all of your friends that are on the new platform, all the people that you find, all the most popular people, all the celebrities, all the randoms that you find, but try and find the people that are just making things for the platform, or at least contributing. Because those are the people that are actually gonna be committed at the beginning and are gonna make your profile more active, which I almost guarantee the more active your profile is, the more that whatever new social media platform will actually promote you. Well, if you have more activity, then the platform is like, oh, this is a really good account, we should send this to more people, probably put you on more pages, probably send you to more people, and therefore you'll probably grow. The next thing I would say is comment on everything. Like and comment on everything. I mean, you don't like on things, but you like things and you comment on them. So if you find a new post, like it, comment on it. Don't comment something, come follow me back. Comment something that contributes to the actual post, because then you're a person that is a part of the community and people want to interact with. Maybe people will respond to your content. Maybe people will be like, who is this person? Why are they saying this? And then they'll go check you out, which is what you want, because if you're providing value, then people will be way more interested in talking back to you than if you're just trying to take. You know, does that make sense? It's the same reason when you see a comment on Instagram of like, check out my profile, I'm a new whatever. You aren't really interested in checking out that person because they're kind of going about marketing in a scummy way. If you see a comment from someone that's like, this is an amazing piece of art, I'm an artist myself and I find myself really inspired by your work, I would be much more interested in checking out that person's work because they're not, I mean, yes, they're self-promoting, but they're not being annoying about it. The person who's inspired is more a part of the conversation. And then say that person asks a question the next time they comment, or they pose a conversation starter and start replying to the comments underneath them. That person is providing value to that comment section and is being an interesting person. It's way easier to interact with someone when they want to interact back. So the next thing I would do is actually look off platform for community. Now I do have a kind of go-to group, and I think this is something I would recommend for all of you. Maybe find some other people who are running small businesses and have social media accounts similar to yours. Join a group together, start talking, start helping each other. Because if you guys grow together and you grow with each other, I think you'll find more success if you grow with other people. Plus, you can share tips that you find. When someone posts something big, you can all go over and interact with it. And remember the days of like old Instagram pods when we used to be in either Instagram groups or Facebook groups and someone would post and they'd be like, everyone go like that photo. Just like that, but for a more community-based situation. Less growth hacking, less like, oh, I posted a new photo, please go like it, and more of a, let's have a conversation about how we can all be doing better. So if you post to that group, say it's 10 people, my group is 10 people of like my other social media consultant friends, I would say, hey, these are my new thoughts on this platform and this is what I'm thinking about it. What do you think? And then once you're done tapping your group, go find a new one entirely. Search Facebook, search Google, search anywhere just for enter social media name here, group. When IGTV launched, I went on my second Facebook account. I have a second Facebook account because my main one I told you is just for my personal stuff. My second one, I joined like 15 IGTV groups because I just wanted to understand what everyone was talking about. Where is the narrative? Where's the conversation? What are people trying to learn about? What are people maybe attempting to do? What do they already understand that works? What doesn't? And then maybe if one of those doesn't exist, could you start one? Again, starting one wouldn't just be great for starting community. You would become a thought leader on this new platform and you could lead a group of people, which is really incredible as you're trying to grow a new social media following. If you already have a group of people who are looking to you for advice and stuff like that, you might find actually a new like wing of your business or something. There's a lot there. Think about it. Something I think about often is how social media comments are basically the new backlinks for your website. Remember how you used to have a ton of backlinks to rank well on Google? It's kind of like that for Instagram and Facebook now. The more you comment on stuff, the more ways people have to get back to your profile. On social media, finding success with a group of people and just numbers is much easier. When you have a lot of people promoting each other in a circle, it can really help a follower, say myself joining a new platform, find the people that I'm actually really interested in and find the content that I want to enjoy. Give everything a shot. All right, on to the next section. Outside, it feels good. Also, I apologize for all the noise. I live in downtown San Francisco. There's not really much I can do. All right, so part 3, content. What kind of stuff should you be making? And this is different than the stuff that you've already posted and the stuff that you created for the platform. This is not a part of that day 3 plan. This is we've committed to this platform. Let's create a structure and a plan for how we're actually gonna create content for this platform. So I like to lay out a monthly schedule, and I think at the beginning of any platform, the beginning of your content strategy, you should post maybe 3 times a week. It's not too much, it's just enough, but at the same time, you could still do less or do more depending on how you're feeling. Just so it's out there as well, I want you guys to know where I think about starting out and highest growth. Starting out, I think 3 times a week is really, really awesome. It's just enough content to get yourself out there. It's just enough content to be a part of the community, but it's not too much that you're not working crazy hard. For optimal growth, I think you should be posting 3 times a day. Now this doesn't have to be 3 videos, it could be photos, it could be anything else, but if you really want to grow and go fast and move fast and break stuff, kind of like Facebook's motto, 3 times a day, even 4 times a day is optimal. But don't be overwhelmed by that. We'll get you there. Let's start off with 3 times a week. So if we've got a schedule, I say Monday, Wednesday, Friday is great because that allows you time to work on what you want to be doing and get the content done. While be using a strategy where when you're posting, new people will be able to find your content and have enough content there that when they show up at your page, there's more than just, I don't know, a couple of random videos. There's strategic things there that exist. So you should be posting stuff at the beginning that is really engaging, stuff that can drive more comments. Whether this is you providing a commentary on something, whether this is you creating something new, whether this is something you've already made and maybe you're just reutilizing it. What can you be creating that brings people deeper into who you are and your content? My personal favorite thing to do with this is storytell. I think a really overlooked thing that people don't do enough is just tell stories. Sit down in front of a camera, kind of like we are right now, and tell a story. It doesn't have to provide visuals, but if the story is edited correctly, where the whole thing flows, it's not too choppy, there's not a lot of downtime, it just moves along, it can actually be really interesting. And plus it doesn't actually make things that difficult for you as a creator of that content because all you have to do is sit down and talk to a camera. Now, I understand that that is difficult for people, but that's just something I think about going into it. What also could you be creating that you could tag someone in? So say everyone's new to a platform, maybe you find the most famous influencer and call them out or make something that's like, hey, you should see this, you should react to this, or you should be a part of this conversation. And there's a good chance because the platform is small, that person might respond because you're like embracing that community, being a part of it and creating things for them. I'm gonna say that 100,000 times throughout this course and I apologize for it, but I also don't because you need to know how important just being a part of the community is. The next thing I want to talk about is your hook. This is going to be really interesting and it's especially really important when jumping on a new platform because eyes are just looking everywhere. Everyone is like, has no sense of focus on a new platform and they just want to figure out everything all at once. Now, obviously we'd love it for them to take it slow and enjoy your content, but sometimes you got to just rope them in immediately. So this is why I think intros is really, really important and just like quick, flashy graphics. And it's something that I'm kind of like slowly implementing on my own, but really flashy intros and really flashy photos and really just kind of like quickly moving things that if someone sees like 6 images very quickly and they maybe resonate with 1 or 2 of them, they might actually leave you a follow. Now this could be at the beginning of a video, you put like 5 or 6 really fast cutting clips that kind of lead your eyes towards something cool is gonna happen in this video. Or if it's a photo, it's like a stagnant photo and then something happens toward like the middle of it because it's actually a video. Or maybe it's like a GIF and something happens in the GIF that brings people deeper into what you're doing. Basically what I'm saying is show off a little bit. If you're gonna make a video, throughout that video, there's probably like 10 moments that were really, really cool. What if you made all of those 10 little snippets at the beginning? What if you put those like 10 little snippets at the beginning of the video so they all flashed really quickly and the people watching your content were like, what was that? I think a lot of social media pros and video professionals and everyone thinks everything you make needs to be this amazing representation of your brand and another way to sell something. But video content can also live to just be entertaining, can just contribute. And then who could you collab with? Who could you sit down next to? Who could I bring into a chair right here and we could do something together? Whether it's maybe a challenge or maybe it's a, here's my 5 tips on social media and here is my friend. But collaborating is another really amazing proven method because on YouTube, that was the original growth hack strategy. It was, we both make videos, I'm gonna make a video on my channel with this person and then they're gonna make a video on their channel and then we just share audiences. A lot of people are looking for other people to watch and especially on a new platform, everyone's looking for someone else who's doing something cool. So if you both are doing something cool, make one thing for your channel and one thing for theirs. I don't know, think something really cool could happen, maybe you share some audience. The last thing I'm gonna say is stick to what you know. If you already have a content strategy and you already have content that you create, whether it's photo or video, post those kinds of things. Be the same person. Don't change for a new social media, but evolve when it's necessary. I think that's a really important quote. Creating content is a gamble, and it is a lot of time you have to put into it, but if done right, you can be very, very successful. So strategize and be intentional, make awesome things. Let's move on to section 4. So connecting. I apologize for the wind in my hair, but I wanted to come out here into, I suppose, public, I guess, just to prove one point, because this is the shortest section of the entire course here. The people that are gonna be on the new platform that you're gonna join are the most important thing. Those are the people who are gonna follow you and who you are going to follow. And then maybe even the people who created it. I think that your connections should not be limited to just who's on the platform already, but who you can bring over and what you can do for those people. So in business, I always focus on what value can I bring a client? And when I ask someone to follow me on social media, it should be no different. What value can you provide them? I often try and reach out to the social media platform that I'm joining to just set up a call and talk to them as an influencer myself about what the expectations of the platform are. It may be hard to get in touch with them at first, but it's really important that you just understand. And that's something I try and focus on. So again, we talked about this earlier, but joining groups and talking to your friends and peers and talking to maybe even your followers, ask them what they want. I think it's really important to not waste your time on a new platform, and I don't want anyone to waste anyone's time ever. So shoot a lot of messages. Shoot a lot of direct messages to everyone. Just connect with everyone. I think you'll find a lot more success in your life and a lot more success in your career on social media if you're not afraid to just reach out. Because I think deep down, everyone on social media is in a similar spot. We're all looking to connect with others. And if you can just nail that connection and be the person that bridges the gap and doesn't make it difficult for everyone else, like makes it easy for them, then they'll want to connect with you more and help you out and promote you and collab with you and talk to you and interact with you. So don't just follow people, connect with everyone. Make friends with them. Make friends with everyone. All right, final section, growth. All right, back inside, and last but not least, growth. So growing on a new platform is very difficult, as you can obviously assume, because no one knows what they're doing. But here's the thing I want to reiterate about growth on a new platform, is that it's all about creativity. Considering no one knows what's going on, then there's no perfect way to do it, and there's no right way to do it. So try everything. If you have a growth strategy on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or wherever else you're posting stuff, see if you can implement something similar. But then at the same time, maybe try something entirely different. Maybe if on Instagram you're posting once a day and you're posting content that's always leading to some sort of link, maybe on this new platform, try posting once a day, but don't send anyone anywhere. Just make content to make content. Or make content and post even more often and try and get people to convert even higher. What's really interesting about social media is you can kind of have a presence on every single platform that can be a little bit different. For example, myself, on my Instagram, I actually don't really sell much. Like I never do sponsored posts. I never really try and send people anywhere. In my stories, I often do try and do that. But then again, on my Twitter, I don't really promote links. I send people to my YouTube videos, but that's pretty much it. What's cool is you can kind of have a unique presence on every single one of them. And I think that that's really important, and that's what makes these platforms special. So when you're trying to grow on a new platform, whether you're connecting with many people, following and unfollowing, whether you're out there just like posting as much content as you can and using whatever hashtag mechanism they have, or I don't know, just getting into the nit grit of like how the platform works and trying to get your content in front of more people, be creative, try something new. When nothing is for sure, anything is possible. And I think that that is a perfect quote to describe exactly how I feel about growing on a new platform. But one thing I would like to say as a marketer, and one thing as a social media consultant I want to tell you, is everything you try, write it down. Have a journal, have a notebook of sorts, and just put all of your ideas on one page. If you have them all listed, not only can you keep continuing to try all these different things on new platforms when they come up, but you also have a log of all these amazing ideas that you could potentially teach on and talk about how you did that yourself. If you think about it, what's viral on the internet right now, it's videos. We always talk and see these videos that go viral. So you don't necessarily have to make that viral video because you're not trying to go viral. I don't make content to go viral. I make content to hit the right people. I am always focusing on who's my target with everything I create. Every photo, every video, every tweet, I suppose. So make things for people and then focus on getting those things in front of people. Whether that means specifically DMing it to people, whether that means posting on your Facebook, hey, I just started a new platform, come check me out, or whatever. There's so many different things you could do. Try everything. All right, folks, that is all. Again, my name is Ken Heckel. I am a social media consultant with the Antisocial Friends Club. It's a silly name, get it? Because it's Antisocial Friends Club, but I really hope some of the things I told you helped, and I'm excited to interact with you on any new platform that pops up. I'm on all social media at Kentrasting. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate being a part of this. I hope you enjoyed my video. Shoot me a DM or a text if you ever want to talk. I am open to just chatting about any and all the things. All right, thanks guys. Thank you, Sarah, for having me. This was really fun. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.